Chee is a Navajo classical pianist. He has had his classical training from the Eastman School of Business, the Cincinnati College Conservatory of Music. Connor is gifted in sharing his Navajo culture and experience through his music.
I never really thought that composing would be a part of my career. It really wasn't until after my graduate school, my master's degree, that I went back home to Arizona and I wanted to spend some time with my Nelly man, my grandfather, and learn some of the traditional songs that he sang. He was a Hatatli, he was a medicine man, so he knew quite a few different songs and chants. And during that time, I decided that I wanted to sort of combine that with what I did at the piano, some of the songs that were appropriate to share outside of ceremony and everything, to be respectful. I took these and I put them in a format that was able to be played on the piano as sort of my way of trying to keep the culture alive. It was really a personal preservation project more than anything else. My Nelly lady, my grandmother, was a weaver, and I didn't really realize, I think until later in life, how much it inspired me, and how I've seen now these parallels between what she was doing and what I do with the piano. Not just in how I could see the dexterity in her fingers, but how she would compose a rug and have an idea of this image that she wanted to create that might take weeks or months. And it was very similar how I might have a vision for a composition, but it's going to take me a while pushing notes around. And I learned a very important lesson from her, and the weavers are always taught this, which is to leave a small mistake somewhere in the rug. Because you want to show humility, you want to show that our place as human beings being imperfect, and also that there is beauty in imperfection. And that's something that was really changing for me, especially as I was studying classical piano and it was so competitive, and I often, especially in my college studies, felt like the weight of the world was on my shoulders. And it wasn't until I reconnected with that idea that was passed down to me that I really felt freer And I actually started playing better because I wasn't so worried about making a mistake when I was on stage or missing one note, because something that isn't perfect can still be beautiful. So for the next video I'm going to show, I wrote a few pieces that I wanted to just illustrate some parts of life on the Navajo Nation. And so this one's going to be about sheep. Sheep herding is a big part of the culture, and so I was fortunate to be able to film some footage out where my family lives with my LA man's sheep and my aunt's sheep. And so you can see a little bit of the landscape where I'm from, not too far from here, and also I wanted to have sort of a playful song piece to be part of this collection. And this one was my favorite one to film because it's about fried bread. I got to eat fried bread after we were done. So, fried bread has sort of a dark history, it comes from the long walk, but I love that we've reclaimed it and turned it into something that's about community and it's joyful and about bringing people together. This piece I actually wrote last year. It was commissioned by the Arizona State Music Teachers Association and the Music Teachers National Association. They asked me to write a piece about land and our landscape in Arizona. And the name of this piece is Echoes of Stone and Sky. And I was inspired where I grew up in Page, right by the Antelope Slot Canyons. These sacred places that were shaped by wind and by water over so many years. And all of the other canyons and the things and the sounds that echo through them. So I wanted to create these themes that actually echo. You'll hear these sort of pillars of sound that represent the canyon walls, and then within it, the right hand starts and the left hand sort of echoes, and they create different harmonies based on how they sort of bounce around. And moments of water, which was, has such gentle beauty, but also incredible power to create all of these wonderful things.